Alright, so here it is. This is what happened. So, my wife took the car and went off-road with it into the swamp here. So, you can tell the side curtain airbags deployed. And from what I was told, anytime the airbags deploy, that's usually not a good situation. It was also in standing water, as you can tell. It was extremely wet. So she didn't try to get it out or anything like that. As soon as the vehicle came to a stop, she just turned off the engine, which is good. You can see there how much water was actually standing. And then the tow truck, the way they pulled it out, they used a sling around the rim on the back there, and then they just kind of winched the thing out using the tow truck. And they actually came out with two trucks, one rollback and then an actual tow truck. So here then, I'm just kind of going through and looking at everything. I talked to a body shop guy that worked on the airbags, and he said anytime the airbags deploy, the airbags themselves are expensive to replace, but he said the liability on making sure that everything works as it once did. So he's like, that could be replacing the airbags, replacing the wiring to the airbags, replacing the module or computer that controls the airbag system. He's like, it's kind of a big deal, and it gets quite costly. I know the tow truck guy said you could figure $1,000 an airbag minimum for getting it fixed. Now I don't know if side curtains are less expensive than like the front airbags. The front ones didn't go off, just the side ones did. And the body shop guy also said that when those go off, there's a reason they go off. It's not just from something being jarred. He's like, something actually was impacted. So we do know she hit a stump with the front passenger side wheel because that was facing the wrong direction. It looked like everything was snapped off on that side. When I did turn on the key just to check, the check engine light was on. The four-wheel drive light was on, which means something obviously in there was broken or damaged as well. The front bumper cover that would have to be replaced. It looked like the sway bar and possibly the front part of the frame was bent as well on the passenger side. Just taking a quick look at it, it doesn't look that severe. There you can kind of see how the wheel looks. But the airbags being deployed and then the water damage or the unknowns, I guess, is what set this thing up for being totaled out. So thankfully, the insurance company gave us a fair price for the Xterra, and we were able to purchase a new replacement vehicle. So you're probably wondering, what did we buy? We went with VW. This will be the first VW we've ever owned, ever driven, and we went with a Tiguan. So I'll have another video coming up at some point about all the features, options, that type of thing. But this was our best option. It's a 4-cylinder gas turbo, and it is all-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. I don't know how they call it, a four motion, I believe is what they call it. I think it's all-wheel drive. I honestly don't know. It's kind of what it looks like. Obviously not an Xterra, and obviously it's going to be a little different in the way of an Xterra. The ride is much smoother. The acceleration is probably the same or maybe even better. This 4-cylinder really gets up and goes with that turbo. And I would say the capacity inside is pretty decent. It does have a third row, all those type of things. And because it's German engineered, you'll see when I do the other video, there's some stuff on this thing and you just kind of want to shake your head at, like, really? But from what I can tell, just real quickly, there's a lot of stuff thought out. There's no space that's wasted for the most part. So, and we'll see how it goes. It's got a pretty decent warranty, so should be a pretty decent car. And this is a 2019, so it's brand spanking new. So there it is. That's gonna be the wife's new car, hopefully for a little bit longer than what the Xterra lasted.